As far as resumes are concerned, Diego Chaves is building up somewhat of a credible one. Now let's look. You got Keith Thurman, you got Brandon Rios, and now you got Timothy Bradley. That's not bad, and that's Showtime and HBO fighters, and he was coming close to defeating Brandon Rios. I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. 146.6, if I'm correct, for Diego Chaves, and 145.8 for Timothy Bradley. I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live, and I cover every single major fight live. So, December the 13th, 2014, you got so many major fights. So, we're going to start with HBO. You got Bradley versus Chaves. You got Herrera versus Benavidez. You got Corrball versus Lee. Then over on Showtime, you got Khan versus Alexander, Thurman versus Bundu, Charlo versus Bataille, Charlo versus Lozano. You got Maris versus Ramirez, Ortiz versus Perez, Kamagai and Babette Shumanov, and probably a couple other guys that I'm missing. But I'm going to be covering all those cards. Why? It's because I cover boxing. That's what I do. Not only do I cover the weigh-ins for you and basically break down everything and put it into a compact video, I also attend the weigh-ins and the press conferences and, so on. So, a bit of a promotion, bit of an upgrade, and I'm going to say Timothy Bradley is in a tough situation because we don't know what Timothy Bradley is going to show up. Is the Timothy Bradley that's going to try to slug it out? That showed up with Ruslan Provodnikov in the second Pacquiao fight, even though yes, he was hurt and his mobility was limited. Or is the one that fought Juan Manuel Marquez going to show up and simply be the boxer and show us that he can be better than what he's shown us in his one defeat and the fight he could have almost lost in Ruslan Provodnikov? So, looking at the factor of Diego Chaves. Diego Chaves is a good boxer, and Diego Chaves has some power on him. Does he have more power at 147 than Manny Pacquiao or Ruslan Provodnikov? That is yet to be seen. But if you have to go back and look at the Keith Thurman fight, is when we got to learn who Diego Chaves was. He was stopped in the 9th or 10th round, if I'm correct. I covered that fight. We saw that guy was not a joke. And that was his first fight. Well, that was his first defeat and his first fight over here in the United States, if I'm correct. So that Keith Thurman fight is the reason why we got a fight with him and Brandon Rios, and now a fight with him and Timothy Bradley, because he's shown us something in that fight, is that he has some boxing ability, and he has a pretty high IQ. Now, with that high IQ, you have to say, well, is it dirty or is it savvy? Put it this way. When you're only making $35,000, and yes, according to the Nevada State Athletic Commission, Diego Chaves is making $35,000, you're going to go out there and probably win at any means necessary, because if you lose, then what? You're going to take another pay cut? Now, remember, for Brandon Rios, he made $25,000, but also you got to look at that. You got to look at the fact that, okay, well, maybe Bob Arum getting him over here and him having a visa problem, that he was having before the fight with Rios. Maybe Bob Arum, I guess, had to spend some extra money in working out something with the politician to make sure he was able to get over here so that August the 2nd, 2014 HBO fight wasn't canceled. So there's so many different factors that it could have been, but making $35,000 and Timothy Bradley's making $2 million, there's got to be something else behind that. Maybe he's getting some money from for over in Argentina, or maybe he was promised another big fight. I don't know. I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live, and I cover every single major fight live. I'm a little tired. I probably was rambling a little bit, but in about the next 2 hours, I'm going to be covering Iris Lady Laura versus Ishe Smith, and I probably got 4 other weigh-in videos to do right now I'm probably behind on. So, in about 24 hours, I'm going to be here, and it's going to be like a boxing marathon. I'm going to make some tacos, going to go out and get me some caffeine of some sort, whether it's Coca-Cola or Pepsi. I don't drink too much coffee. I might even go out and get a whole bunch of Frappuccinos. T Street Controversy Live.